another episode of Federico Talks Watches, and boy is it good to be back. But of course, before we get into it, I want to let you guys know, Talking Hands are back at Watch You Want. In-depth watch reviews done by none other than my wonderful colleague Tim Masso, narrated in-depth reviews are available on our second channel, which is aptly named Watch You Want Watch Reviews. Link in the description below. So if you guys are a little bit curious about the new Rolex Sky Dweller, or maybe you want to see an AP Royal Oak Offshore Tourbillon up close and personal, that is the perfect watch channel for you. We'll be releasing about 3 videos a day, but we won't be spamming your subscription boxes with notifications. So go check them out. I know a lot of you guys were really missing that content. But today, of course, we're going to do something a little different. It's not quite a Q&A, but the last time I did run a Q&A on my Instagram, I didn't get through that many questions. And that's because you guys sent in over 150 of them. So today, I'm going to go through a few more questions that I didn't get a chance to answer, and, hopefully provide you guys with the information you requested. And of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my IWC Vintage Collection Engineer Laureus with that stunningly amazing blue dial. Man, I really love this watch. Can you blame me? Yeah, it's been on the wrist all week, and it's not going anywhere in a hurry. But enough of drooling over my timepiece. Let's get right into the questions. The first question is from Gus Wright. And Gus wants to know, Federico, what do you think of the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 39? Well, Gus, I actually really like it. Yeah, it's the least expensive Rolex, and it gets a little flack for that, but I don't understand why. I mean, they took the Oyster Perpetual from 36 to 39 millimeters, made it very, very wearable by modern standards, has a very reliable Rolex in-house caliber, it uses the same 904L steel, but on top of that, you get some great dial options that are only available in the Oyster Perpetual, the rhodium dial, the grape dial. So I think not only is it a pretty cool Rolex at a great price, but you have some funky options that you wouldn't get with a more sober selection like a Datejust or a Submariner. So in conclusion, I don't agree with any of the naysayers. I think the Oyster Perpetual 39 is 100% definitely a premium Rolex, and it has some really cool options to boot. So if you like it, go ahead and grab one. I really don't think you'll regret it. Another question here from Entree12, sorry if I butchered that. Hey Federico, what's your opinion on Breitling for Bentley? Oy vey. Well, it's not going to be as positive as my opinion of the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 39. They're not for me, and you probably would think it's a strange thing for me to say, seeing as I have a little bit of an ostentatious taste, but I find them a little oversized, I find them a little overpolished. I'm not a fan of their slanted bracelets, and overall, I don't really see the relationship between Breitling and Bentley. I mean, yeah, the engine-turned kind of bezel that matches the grille, fine, but, these are really large, ostentatious watches, whereas Bentley is more subdued as a brand. I mean, if you look at the Continental, it flies a little bit under the radar. I mean, yeah, it's a Bentley. There's an element of flash in the Breitling for Bentley that I don't see in the Bentley car brand. Now, not everybody may agree with me, but I don't know. I don't think they're for me, and I know from a retail perspective, they also didn't sell particularly well, but they definitely do have their following. I can understand that, I can understand that. They're a very premium brand, they're made very well. They usually use ETA chronometer grade calibers, so it's a well-made watch, but the styling cues, simply not to my taste, unfortunately. The Real Wins asks, is there a watch brand I'm dying to try out? Actually, there really, really is. More of a jewelry brand that makes a watch, but a very small batch watchmaker, and that is Faberge. I love the new Faberge watches, especially the Visionaire. I've yet to see one in the flesh, not only the Visionaire, but any Faberge watch ever. Now, Faberge is the famous jeweler to the Russian court, also very famous for making those Faberge eggs. And they've made some very beautiful watches in their history. Not really with in-house calibers, I believe they use Vaucher calibers, but their casework is exquisite, as is, of course, their jewel setting, which is to be expected. I don't know if I'd personally buy one, but I've always lusted after Faberge, and I would love to see one in the flesh, because I'm curious if their attention to detail transfers from their famous Faberge eggs to the watch line. And something tells me that it does, but I can't really speak to that until I hold one in real life. So yeah, that is actually a watch brand I'm really, really pining to see. Now we have Senfnazdo. I definitely didn't pronounce that correctly. Do I think Nomos will ever release a real dive watch? Boy, I really don't know. I mean, I know they released the Ahoy, which is their kind of version of a dive watch, but it could go both ways. It's 50-50 because 50% of the equation is the Bauhaus aesthetic that Nomos kind of runs with, and if you believe purely in the aesthetics, then no, I don't think they would release a diver because it doesn't fit in with their brand look. However, the other 50% of the decision is probably commercial, and since the largest subsection of watches today and the best-selling watches today are dive watches, I could see Nomos kind of dipping their toes into those waters at some point. But honestly, as a brand that sticks to their principles, I'm gonna say no, they probably won't make a real dive watch anytime soon, but I could certainly be wrong, so please don't hold me to that one, guys. And the last question is from FJ Blanco. The Davosa Ternos watch, what do I think? Well, actually, I've heard of Davosa, but no watch came to mind, and I had to kind of look it up. And surprise, surprise, the reason it didn't really come to mind is it's a Submariner Homage. Most likely, with a Swiss caliber, and probably offered with a Miyota, but I think they're Swiss, and their cases are most likely made in China by one of these super factories that make cases for many brands. They're a micro brand watch. It's a Submariner Homage. It looks almost the same. What's there to say? Have I ever held one in real life? No. Could the quality be well made, and could it be a good watch? Sure, it could. But, I think everybody knows where I stand on the homage watch territory. It's not for me, and these micro brands, they just get away with slapping ETA or Sellita calibers into these cases that they buy in bulk from Chinese factories. I'm sure that while they might be a good watch, I'm sure the finishing is probably nothing special, and most likely the quality control isn't anything special either, but this is just me speculating. And for the price of the watch, I don't expect it to be super luxury, but another Submariner Homage. Nothing special in my opinion, FJ Blanco, sorry. Anyway, guys, shorter little episode here today, but I will be back on Sunday, actually, for a special with you guys, so please hang on tight until then. And tomorrow, of course, we have Tim and Josh Thanos live, and I know you don't want to miss that. It's going to be a hell of a show. In the meantime, please take a look at our Instagram account. That's Watch You Want, link in the description below, so you can get some great watch content even on the days when I'm not uploading. But until then, guys, thank you for watching another episode of Federico Talks Watches, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.